A young man in Ohio thought he just had the flu, but it was actually something far worse.
Yeah, the fatigue and the stomach pains were actually a sign that his body was literally shutting down, and he had no idea what was happening was killing him.
He just said, Kevin died. I just screamed and couldn't believe it.
It was Christmas 2013. Dan and Judy Hottishell didn't realize it, but they just spent their very last holiday with their son, Kevin. What made it worse? They just arrived in Florida and were hundreds of miles away when they checked their phone.
And there were all these voicemail messages and text messages and from all of our children, all of our kids. Just said, call us, call us, call us.
They tried desperately to get home, but it took 3 days.
It was a horrible, snowy, deep, frigid winter, and we couldn't get a flight out because the previous days, everything in and out of New York, Cleveland, the whole Northeast was all canceled.
When they finally got home, Kevin's death still felt like a mystery.
When they said he died of ketoacidosis, and I said, what? He said, I have no explanation for that other than he was non-compliant, that he wasn't taking his medication.
You see, Kevin had diabetes, but Judy says he was faithful about taking his medication. The news made no sense to his big sister Amy either. Every day, she says she feels the part of her that died with him.
We were just so much alike. Everybody says that if they didn't know better, they would think we were twins. He, my soulmate. He's my other half. He got it. We got each other.
She remembers Kevin, the runner, the kid who loved to fish.
He would walk down to the end of our street without a pole and come back with, 4 or 5 fish, caught them all by hand.
The truth that's so hard to reconcile is that when Kevin got sick that day, he had no idea his body's organs were shutting down. No idea he was dying.
That's the devastating part, is that he thought he was coming down with a stomach virus because he had cramps and he was vomiting. And he was at work. And of course he can't be a bar manager and have this condition, and they said, you need to go home. So he went home thinking that he had a stomach virus. And I didn't know the symptoms of ketoacidosis, but I do now.
Why was his body shutting down? His family says they learned he'd run out of insulin, but it was the middle of the holiday season. His calls to his doctor's office weren't returned, and when he went to get more of this drug he needed to survive, he was denied.
I'm going absolutely insane. How can my son or anybody be standing in front of a pharmacy and be turned away?
That's where Dan and Judy's mission to take on the system and save other people is just getting started.